cottage lights dissolved behind, as grasping his courage he ventured into the wilderness of the daunting Maghera beach. And the storm was growing and his courage fading, but through his tears and his terrible fears the black west sky beckoned. Calling out, running full speed across the endless empty sands, over far he fled to the furthest end, to the caves and the fishes' pools that ring the foot of Slivatui, the mountain of the sea. Gasping for breath, hurting for breath, he stooped before this swelling sea and lifted his arms in a welcome embrace to conduct his symphony. And the howling wind filled his ears, and the stinging rain hurt his eyes, and the smell of the sea assaulted, and licking salt from his crusted lips and wiping his tear-streaked face. He stood alone and lost, staring at an Atlantic storm, facing that Atlantic storm surrounded by the moonbeam white of the silver Maghera sands that stirred and moved in misty waves, speckled with the patterns of raindrops, strewn with the jetsam of mystery ships, all languages and cultures. He turned and ran across the stretching sand, yelling at the darkening gale, begging it to lift him up and take him to another shore. And then it seemed to cease, with calm and peace returned, for suddenly beside him blew a wisp of light, cascading in a gentle breeze, dancing with the hidden beats of wind and waves and cold and heat. Beside and all around he watched it swirl and spin, and try he did so very hard to make it his as he saw fit, but even a net of finest silk could never catch this feral guest. Though try he did again, he tried to grasp it to his gasping breast, so he could dance and swirl and fly to the beats of the sea and the lights of the sky, and sing and shout to the murky hills that would welcome him back to their heart, to their soul, to where this fiery light does dwell. He ducked down low as his guest spun overhead, a waterfall of gentle notes cascading as it passed. It flew across the sea and sand, and then it disappeared. And he was cold and wet and lost, alone again on a beach in a storm. He smiled and ran across the now hard sand, footprints left behind.